You're watching Fugitive Redeye, and welcome to another episode of Redeye Raw. I haven't uploaded in like 6 days here, so I apologize for that. And I also apologize in advance that the first video I've done in 6 days is going to be, about politics again, so apologies on that. I know some of you may not be the biggest fan of that, and I completely understand, because like I said, I'm not a political channel, but I talk about whatever on Redeye Raw. Now that said, I do typically get more positive reception on the political episodes than negative, so I think that for the most part people are okay with it, but I do want to apologize anyway, because I know politics are nasty, and I fucking hate politics. Like I said, I've kind of enjoyed talking about them this year for whatever reason, so that's what I'm gonna do now. But I'm not gonna get, super into a lot of things, but I am gonna mention that, there's this online argument I keep coming across that people keep thinking is like this big gotcha moment, and I fucking hate it. So, myself and a lot of us don't like how celebrities are, overtly political, right? Well, I've noticed a growing number of people online defending the celebrities being political, and let me be the first to say that if they want to talk politics, they're more than welcome to talk politics. Obviously, that's not what I go to celebrities for, but hey, some people probably don't come to this channel for that, so I completely understand. And they're completely within their rights to do so. So yeah, celebrities talking politics is still a frustrating thing that most people don't like, right? But here's that big gotcha moment that people think, aha, I got him here. They say, quote, here's what they say, right? They say, people who say, it's funny how people say that celebrities shouldn't get into politics or shouldn't be political when we have a reality TV star as president. And they're not wrong on that regard. We technically do. That's not all he's done, but that is what he's most known for prior to the presidency, for sure. But here is a key distinction that I think a lot of these people fail to make, because I think this is a fucking stupid argument. Those people, the other celebrities, are not running for public office. They are not politicians. They are not in public office. Therefore, their political opinions matter less than someone who actually is in public office, has political power, is a fucking public figure like that. Them themselves, I watch, celebrities to make movies, like Jack Black. I don't watch him to see him post some nonsense about Stop Hate for Profit on Facebook. I don't watch Jack Black for that. Fuck off with that shit. I watch Jack Black because he's a funny actor. And to try and say, well, we have a reality TV star as president. Yeah, but he's actually president. He's not a reality TV star anymore. He is a former reality TV star. Big fucking difference. So, people would probably say the same thing about Ronald Reagan if the internet was so big back in the day. They'd probably say, well, we have Ronald Reagan as an actor. Yeah, so what? The point is he hasn't been a TV star in quite some time. The Apprentice ended a while ago. So that is a very different argument. Another thing about that is a lot of these people make the same argument against things getting political when it's something they don't like. Because here's the thing, like I said, I think celebrities have every right to talk politics if they want to, but I don't like the fact that a lot of them do. But here's the thing. A lot of these people who make that argument also get upset when, South Park does an episode about trans athletes and say that South Park is being, hateful or something. It's like, dude, just because you don't agree with the message, it's hypocritical, They talk about that, and then they get mad at us for saying that we don't like celebrities talking politics. The key difference with South Park is it's always been overtly political, at least for the foreseeable past. Season 1, 2, 3, not as much, but you get the point. Another problem I have with celebrities talking politics is they all have the same phony plastic positions. They never have anything different to say. They argue the same fucking talking points as each other. For instance, there was that stupid video of all the celebrities saying, I take responsibility. Yes, for what? For being white? Fuck off. It also often just comes off as bullshit pandering that isn't genuine. A lot of the times, I don't know if these celebrities actually believe the shit they're spewing, or if they're pandering because they think that they can appeal to that demographic. But I think one of the bigger points, too, that's frustrating with celebrities talking politics. Celebrities are easily the most privileged people in the country. They live in mansions. They get paid just to fucking sit in front of a camera and talk. And I know there's more to it than that, but come on. They get paid millions and millions of dollars. They get ad sponsorships. They get fucking notoriety. They get to be huge. And they're easily the most privileged class. But then they talk down to the public and tell us how fucking privileged we are. They know fucking nothing about what we are, okay? So the fact that they get on this goddamn pedestal and try to say how much fucking, like, privileged we are compared to other people, fuck off with that shit. You know nothing about me. You know nothing about my friends, my family, or anyone I know. So stop fucking trying to tell me how privileged I am. Stop it. So yeah, I think it's really disingenuous to try and conflate the two, because whether you like him or not, President Trump is in fact the president. He is no longer a TV star. He is the president. He's a politician now. He is a political figure. There is a big difference between him talking about political policy and a fucking actor who I just want to watch a movie with. I don't need to hear Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's endorsement of who he thinks should be president. I just want to see him in a Dumb Doom movie. Like, The Rock isn't even that great of an actor, in all honesty. I like The Rock as far as, like, his wrestling, and I like Doom, because it's a stupid movie. But I think that his, like, endorsement of Joe Biden was one of the cringiest fucking things I've seen, because I don't care what The Rock thinks. I mean, The Rock's been cringy for a while. He was in that YouTube Rewind all those years ago. It's just fucking dumb. I don't like celebrity culture. I don't get it. Like, celebrities are not, like, special people. They are just people. They can be entertaining. There are some that I super respect. Like, I love Takeshi Kitano, obviously. I love Ricky Gervais. I love many different people who act and direct and stuff like that. And I can separate art from artist, which is why I'm like, they have their right to talk about that shit. I'm not going to criticize them too much for that. I don't like it. It annoys me. And I don't like it when they put it in the movies. That's really fucking annoying. Like, when the movies start to have, like, fucking political messages and have to try and be a social commentary, because not every goddamn thing has to be a social commentary either. I'm pretty sure I did a video on that topic a while back, but I can't remember for sure. But, ultimately, if they want to talk about that, that is their right. On the inverse, complete opposite side of things, people who say, oh, I don't like politics are all bad, etc., etc., I think that a lot of them are kind of full of shit too. Like, they don't like to talk politics, which I get. A lot of people don't. But I feel like there's a lot of people who pretend that, oh, my view on politics is fuck politics. That's not your view on politics. You have views. You just like to say that because you don't like to talk politics, and I get that. But there's a lot of people that are, like, so scared to talk politics, they won't mention the slightest bit of controversy or anything. And I get it. Like I said, if you are an apolitical person, I get it. But there are a lot of people who are not informed, and that drives me nuts. Because a lot of these same people will just cast their vote based on knowledge they don't have, and they haven't done any research. And that's their right to do so, but it's frustrating because these people don't know what they're actually casting a vote for. They just go on whatever the fucking mainstream media tells them to cast their vote for. And I fucking despise that. I hate that. And I wish people would do more independent research, but I can't do anything about that. That said, I completely get it when you want escapism and you don't want politics. That's why I don't think TV shows should be inherently political. I don't think sports should be inherently political. I don't think movies should be inherently political. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. Because escapism is an important part of human life. But on the other hand, you shouldn't use escapism all the time. The fact is, you do have to face reality when it comes around. So unfortunately, sometimes you gotta face political shit. Sometimes you gotta deal with that. And I fucking hate that the masses are so ill-informed, and I'm not trying to talk down to anyone, because, you know, that's fine. And I myself, you know, I consider myself somewhat informed because I do my own independent research. I check multiple sources. I stay up to date with news updates and things like that. And I dissect the media at my own pace and with my own bias, admittedly. And I realize that everyone has their own perception, but the fact is, a lot of people make false equivalencies too, and I fucking hate that. Like, in my opinion, so a lot of people say, right? They're like, well, I mean, it's both sides are terrible. I hate both sides. Kind of, sure. But I feel like things have gotten really unbalanced right now, where I feel like one side in particular is a lot worse than the other side right now. Because I don't exactly see a bunch of super conservative people going out and burning cities down. You don't see that very much. And to be fair, you don't see a lot of classical liberals and moderates doing that either. You just see the fringe far left going fucking bananas, and people act like, well, I mean, there's bad people on both sides, so therefore it's both sides are equally bad. No, both sides are not equally bad right now. I would say in the grand scheme of things, both sides can be equally bad, but I don't feel like right now that's an adequate argument either. Another thing is, and obviously my biases come through here, obviously, at full force. And I don't hate people who disagree with me on these things. I don't. But it drives me nuts when people don't stay up to date. There are plenty of valid reasons to have whatever beliefs you have. I think that that's true no matter what your thought process is. Even if I completely disagree and disavow it. See, the thing about this year is I feel like it's made a lot of people more politically active. It's in a sense activated them and made them more, like, aware. Myself included. Because I used to not believe in voting. I used to be very against it. I used to be kind of nutty, in all honesty. I used to be, like, kind of anarchist, almost. And I mean, there's no almost about it. I did literally used to be. Although then again, I had all this other bullshit that I came up with that wasn't really anarchist, so it was like this weird half-assed system that I came up with when I was younger that is bullshit. I'm not even going to get into it. It's retarded, but point is, I used to be against that, and I used to be very apolitical. I used to be one of those people who said, all politics are bad, etc., etc. But the point is, I may not like political figures. I think no politician is inherently great, but I think that when you're in, like, politics, you always gotta pick whoever is the better of the two, or the lesser of two evils. And there are a lot of people who say, I don't believe in going for the lesser of two evils, and I get that too. That said, I don't necessarily think that all politicians are evil either. I think that there are people out there who do what they do because they actually care about this country, or they care about whatever they're doing. And I definitely think that that is a factor too. But, I'm not going to pretend that someone is always in the wrong, like the media does with the president all the time. I'm not going to do that. Because he's had his ups and downs. He has. And, I don't think that it's fair that they have to criticize everything he does. Like, he pardoned Susan B. Anthony on the anniversary of, like, women's voting being legal. He pardoned her as a symbolic sort of show of unity with, she was doing nothing wrong, women should have always been allowed to vote. But of course you got all these people coming out of the woodwork saying, she didn't want to be pardoned. She doesn't need your pardon. Fuck off. Can't you let the man have one fucking good day? 3 historic peace agreements in the Middle East this year. 3 Nobel Peace Prize nominations. And they still won't give him any fucking credit. I do not think the man is a saint. I don't. He's a billionaire, ruthless business mogul. But that doesn't make him the Antichrist either. But yeah, I got way off track there and went off on a number of tangents, but they were all semi-related, so fair enough. But yeah, politics is a nasty thing. I'll give you that. And celebrities talking politics is frustrating and annoying. And maybe, admittedly, it's partially due to the fact that I disagree with a lot of what they're saying. That's probably part of it. I'm not going to pretend it isn't, but at least I fucking admit it. But I also just don't think it's right for them to preach down to people like that. And to tell us how, like, privileged, whatever, I don't agree with that. And I don't think that they should talk down to us regardless. If they were talking down to us about hardcore conservative values too, I wouldn't like it either. And like I said, I don't consider myself to be, like, wholly conservative. I consider myself a moderate with a slight slant to the right, as I've said before. But I can get along with anyone in any political ideology, because I have friends that are some pretty far left leaning, actually. Um, and to the point sometimes where it can get kind of frustrating. But they'll talk to me. They won't freak out at me, and that's a big difference. Because you see a lot of people, they just start shrieking at each other. Where I have people that will calmly talk to me and tell me their opinion, and they will calmly listen as I calmly tell them my opinion. We won't ever agree on a lot of things, but at the very least we'll hear each other out, and I think that's an important step that a lot of the world needs to take. Nobody is willing to fucking talk anymore, and I hate that. And I realize that this is getting completely off that topic of celebrities and is also kind of maybe seeming semi-contradictory, because I'm saying we should be talking and having these conversations while also simultaneously saying that celebrities should shut the fuck up about it. I'm not saying celebrities don't have the right to. Again, I've already made that clear, but I think a lot of their opinions are phony and plastic. Especially when you get a lot of these people who say defund the police, and then they call the police the second they need to. So it's like really hypocritical. So that's another big part, is the hypocrisy. But yeah, I've gone on and on about this. Like I said, politics are tricky business, but ultimately I think they are important. But I think that celebrities trying to influence people is kind of frustrating, because they're fucking movie stars. They're not exactly, well informed. And some of them probably are. I make no assumption about anyone how informed someone is. That's the thing. I don't like the idea of talking down to someone. And when I have a conversation with someone, I don't like to think lesser of them because, they have a different perspective than me. Because I don't know how informed they are. Their sources of information probably just differ from mine. And whether who is right or wrong, I mean, that's not really an objective analysis, is it? But anyway, I think that'll do it for today. I think I've made my point more or less. Like I said, apologies for the politics. Like I said, I don't like to be a political channel, and I'm not a political channel, but like I said, Red Eye Raw, anything goes, and it's been the only thing on my mind for a while. And politics have been everywhere, and it's been stressing me out too, to be fair. Because I watched the debate the other night, and I got a few good laughs, but like, it was a total shit show, as everyone expected it to be. And there were several reasons for that. And there were mistakes made on all three ends, Both candidates and the moderator, I think, had a lot of issues with that debate. I don't think anyone truly won that debate. But I don't think that... but like I said, I had a laugh. And I'm not as mad about it as some people are, for sure. And obviously I have my biases on who I think did better. But not by much, because neither people met the expectations, I don't think, and that was frustrating. But anyway, that's enough for today. Toodles.